It's 8 a.m. Live, local. Your Fox 29 Morning News starts now.
Lauren, thank you. It's 8:13 right now. People all across the country continue to struggle to make ends meet. But there are some simple things you might be able to do today that will end up saving you a lot of money by the end of the year. Shari Olefson from Fowler White Boggs joins us this morning with some tips. Good morning, Shari, and thanks for being here. I'm doing well. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Well, what's the first thing that people can do to save money?
The first thing we really need to be thinking about is how to substitute more expensive items with less expensive items in a way that's not going to make us feel as if we're sacrificing. Because the fact is, a lot of people are making less money now, but they're also working even harder than before. So the last thing we want to do is feel like we're sacrificing even more. Some of the areas that we can do that in are entertainment and dining. For example, the average American family spends about 15% of their income on food, and about half of that is spent in restaurants.
Wow.
So maybe think about what restaurants are offering coupons, or where we can go to eat and get a big enough meal that we feel full from dinner and have some left over for lunch the next day.
Good idea. And also the grocery store. That's another place that we spend a lot of money.
Absolutely. Substituting out store brands for name brands. I actually had a letter from a woman who was substituting out all of her family's skincare and hair care products, and said she was saving about $1,000 a year just by doing that.
Wow, that's great. Entertainment as well. I mean, rent a DVD, stay home.
Absolutely, especially with kids.
Yeah.
We have learned that shopping with our children is sort of a recreational activity. So one of the tips is to substitute out activities at parks or local museums. Someone had written in a great idea, which was to create a drawer with sort of clippings from different advertisements or announcements for things like that. And when your kids come to you on Saturday morning and say, can we go to the mall, say, you know what, we're not going to the mall, but you get to pull something out of that drawer. So involve the kids in that too.
That's great. You know, I went to the movies about a month ago. I paid $10 to get in. I couldn't believe it.
Ridiculous.
I said to my wife, has it been that long since we went to a movie? I guess so.
Right.
Your second tip is to clean your house.
Clean house thoroughly, and clean house often. There was a study done by Nielsen and eBay that showed that the average American household has 52 unused items with a value of over $3,000.
Wow.
Now, most of that is toys and clothing and electronics and sporting goods. So the idea is, right now, while you're watching television, look around and see what you have in your home.
Can you say consignment?
Right.
Yeah.
Think consignment shop, think eBay, even the eBay convenience stores that are now located in some neighborhoods if you're not comfortable posting your own stuff online, or have a garage sale.
All right, you mentioned the kids. Let's not forget about them. How can they help the family save?
The kids have got to be on board with this, because let's face it, those of us with children know that they're a big money pit for most of us, right?
I'll say.
And they have to be on board. But, you know, one of the things to remember is that setting an example for your kids by showing them to spend money that you don't have, even if it means having to say no, you feel guilty about that, you're not setting a good example for your kids. So we really need to get them on board with, involve them in cleaning house, involve them in thinking substitute, not sacrifice. But even more so, when we set an allowance for your kid, let's not set it based on what Johnny next door is getting or based on just an arbitrary number. Sit down with your children and create an actual budget for them. Involve them in this life skill early on.
A little communication. All right. Shari, thank you for sharing your tips with us today. Roxanne, back over to you.
Time now for a look at weather and traffic. We want to begin with the important forecast because